चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश नमः। ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगे राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So welcome to the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Nectar of Devotion Summary Study. We have been discussing the second wave, Sadhana Bhakti, especially the scriptural proofs for the 64 limbs. We have discussed the scriptural proof for the first 20 limbs, the first 10 are do's, the remaining 10 are the don'ts. Now, for the other 44 is what we have been discussing till now. And in the last class, we came to Anga 30, the 30th limb. We discussed Archanam. Yes, Archanam, Ata Archanam. We discussed Archanam and then we saw the proof. One is from the Bhagavatam and another one is from Brihad. Then Paricharya, service to the deity. So how Paricharya is a little different from Archanam, we also discussed in the last class. And the proof is from the Naradiya Puran and from the fourth canto. And Rupa Goswami in this verse 1 to 143 mentions that there are various angas in deity worship. but he has not described, otherwise the book will be too long. More details are there in the Hari Bhakti Vilas. Now, the 32nd is what we had began our discussion in the last class, and that is where we stopped our discussion. We discussed this particular verse, Ata Geetam, Yatha Lange. Lange means in the Linga Puran. And here it mentions even a Brahmana who sings continuously in front of Vasudeva attains the planet of Vishnu. This singing is greater than Shiva himself singing. Now, this reason I am still not able to figure out. I'm just waiting for some inputs from the senior devotees why it is mentioned that singing songs is forbidden for the Brahmanas. So the sentence means even for a Brahmana. So we will just see what explanation they give, and then I will try to communicate to you all. Now, the next anga is Sankirtanam. This is where I think last we stopped our discussion. And in Sankirtan, first Rupa Goswami mentions that there is Nama Lila Gunadinam, Uchchair Bhasha tu Kirtanam. He defines Kirtan as loud chanting, Uchchair Bhasha, of the names, pastimes, and the qualities of the Lord. I think we have discussed about Japa. Japa is held separately by Rupa Goswami. No, Japa has not yet come, but Rupa Goswami separately deals with Japa, and there he will mention, yes, Japa is there. He defines Japa. Japa is soft chanting of the mantra. Whereas Kirtan, he defines as Uchcha Bhasha, loud chanting of the names, pastimes, and the qualities of the Lord. The names, pastimes, and qualities. Nam Kirtan, Lila Kirtan, and Guna Kirtan. So three things he mentions as what constitutes Kirtan. So there is Nam Kirtan. So Rupa Goswami will quote Vishnu Dharma. There is Leela Kirtan. He will quote from the Srimad Bhagavatam 7th canto. For the Guna Kirtan, he will quote Srimad Bhagavatam 1st canto. So let us see these scriptural proofs. Tatra Nama Kirtanam Yata Vishnu Dharmi. That is in the Vishnu Dharma. Krishneti Mangalam Nama Yasya Vacha Vachi Pravartate Bhasma Bhavata Rajendra Mahapataka Kotaya. O King Rajendra, he who chants Yasya Vachi Pravartate, the auspicious name of Krishna, Krishniti Mangalam Nama, turns to ashes, Bhasma Bhavanti, 10 millions of worse sins, Mahapataka Kotaya. So this is the first reference he gives for Nam Kirtan from the Vishnu Dharma. Jiva Goswami in his commentary says, the glorification of Krishna's name should be explained as similar to the glorification of Archana. So if you remember, Archana was glorified, and that applies to other limbs also, it was mentioned there. So here again, Jiva Goswami makes it clear that whatever glorification of Krishna's name is there, Nam, Krishnam, it also similarly applies for Archana also. Krishna's name is mentioned for emphasizing it, but other names of the Lord should also be considered to be auspicious and render similar effects. Like in the Sri Sampradaya, their chanting is Om Namo Narayana. So it has the same auspicious effect. It has a similar effect. But here in this verse, it is mentioned of specifically Krishna name. Krishna iti, Krishneti has come here. This observation applies to other quotations also. So this observation about glorification and the auspicious results, the effects of it. So this is applicable to other quotations also now, which Rupa Goswami is going to give. Now, Leela Kirtan, Yata Saptami. This is from the Prahlad Maharaj teachings. Soham priyasya suhrida paradevataya Leela katastava narsimha virincha gita Anjastitarmai anugrahan guna vipramukta Durgani te padayugalaya hamsa sangha. So Prahlad Maharaj is praying to Narsimhadev. It is his prayer. There is after Narsimhadev appeared, Prahlad Maharaj is offering his prayers. In that one verse, Leela Kirtan has been substantiated by Rupa Goswami. O Narsimha, taking association of persons who take shelter of your feet. Te pada yughalaya hamsa sangha. Hearing pastimes of the Supreme Lord. Leela Kata Anugrahan. Anugrahan means to hear the Leela Kata from devotees in Dasya, Sakya and Madhurya Ras. Priyasya Suhrita Paradevataya. So here each of this Priyasya Suhrita Paradevataya refer to the devotees in different rasas, which are sung by Brahma, Virinchi Gita. Virinchi refers to Brahma, sung by Brahma, becoming free from material attachment. Guna vi pramukta. I will easily overcome. Aham anjasa titarmi. Anjasa means very easily. Titarmi means to cross over. Separation from you, Durgani. So this is a reference for the Leela Kirtan from the 7th canto. Now, Guna Kirtan from the first canto. This is the Narad Mun Vyas Samvad, the first canto, 5th chapter it comes. Idam hi pumsas tapasa shrutasya va shritasya shuktasya cha buddhi dattayo avicchato artha kavibir nirupita yaduttama shloka gunanuvarnanam. So here in the last line it has come. Yad uttama shloka gunanuvarnam. Gunanuvarnanam refers to the Guna Kirtan. The unfailing cause, avicchato artha, of perfection from men's austerity study of Vedas. Pumsa tapasya shrutasya va. Performance of sacrifices, chanting of mantras, practicing jnana and giving charity. Shvetasya shuktasya cha buddhi dattayo is defined by the wise. Kavibir nirupita. What? As glorifying the qualities of the Lord. Uttama shloka gunanu varnam. So the perfection of austerity, study of Vedas, performing of sacrifice, chanting of mantras, practicing of jnana, giving charity is what ultimately you have to come to the point of Uttama Shloka Gunanuvarnam. This is what Narad Muni is teaching to Vyasdev, and this is a reference of Guna Kirtanam given from the first canto by Rupa Goswami. So we have seen all the three references: Nam Kirtan, Guna Kirtan, and Leela Kirtan. Now, Vishwanath Thakur has interesting commentary to this. Even though there are material desires in different religious processes, they are accepted as religious processes because of the bhakti in them. So, the karma path, there is some element of bhakti in that. And because of that some element of bhakti, the person of that practitioner will get the fruits. Even in the Gyan path, although the main sadhana is following the Gyan Angas, but there is one element of bhakti also present. Small element of bhakti is present. And the Gyani attains his goal of liberation because the bhakti element which is there in that path, that bestows him the fruit. So that is why in the Bhagavad Gita, the middle 6 chapters are bhakti. The first 6 chapters are karma, the last 6 chapters are jnana, the middle 6 chapters are bhakti. Karma without the touch of bhakti is completely useless. Jnana without the touch of bhakti is completely useless. So ultimately it is bhakti element, it is the bhakti element which is there, which gives the result. That is the glory of bhakti. So that is why Vishwanath Thakur begins like this. The sages have discerned that chanting the qualities of the Lord is the infallible vichyuta cause of success, artha, for the austerity and other processes executed by human beings. Medini says. Now, Medini is again an author who has written a dictionary, and in Sanskrit, every word can have different meanings, and based on the context, the meaning will apply. Just like for the term Atma, what are the different meanings for the Atma? Anyone can raise their hand and answer. What are the different meanings Atma can denote? Anyone can try? Mohan Rup Sham Prabhuji?
Brahman?
Yes. Atma,
Soul,
Brahman. Yes,
Brahman.
that is one meaning. Okay. Two meanings.
No, you want the different names only or the qualities, like it is
No. No. The term Atma has different meanings based on different contexts. What are the different meanings it can have, Atma? Atma can refer to what all? Try.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask Govind Dutt Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Atma refers to body. Atma refers to sometime
Okay.
mind. Atma refers to soul. Even it can refer to Paramatma also.
Yes, 4 meanings. Some more. Atma can also refer to the intellect.
Intelligence.
Atma can refer to the supreme soul also. It can refer to the individual soul. It can refer to the body. It can refer to the senses. It can refer to the intellect. It can refer to the mind. So Atma has 8 different meanings. So we know that famous verse, Bandhur Atmanasa Atma Bandhur Atmanastasya Yeno Atma Iva Atmana Jita Atmanastu Shatrutve Vartate Atma Shatruta. So one Atma refers to soul meaning. It refers to the soul, and another Atma meaning can refer to the mind there. So like that, and Atma can have different meanings. In the 8th canto, it will come Isha Vasyam Idam Sarvam is there, Ishupanishad. But there, Atma Vasam Idam Sarvam is there. So there, Atma refers to the Supreme Soul there. So like that, we should study Srila Prabhupada's word-to-word meanings very carefully. Why Prabhupada is translating particularly here like this. So only when we study this, then this different understandings, our understanding will broaden about the various meanings a term can have. So now, Artha, the different meanings of Artha is given by Medini here. Artha means object of the senses. Artho Vishayan Anartayor. So Artha means the object of the senses. Now, who can give me in the Bhagavad Gita where Artha is referring to the object of the senses? This is some small exercise I'm doing just to keep the session live. Where in the Bhagavad Gita does Krishna refer to artha as sense objects? Anyone would like to try? Raise your hands. Anyone? There are many verses, in fact, but at least anyone would like to try? Where does Krishna use artha as object of the senses? Nobody can say that, no, still we have not finished Bhagavad Gita Bhakti Shastri. Last so many years, we are all studying Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is a book to be studied every day. Yes, Pavanabal Govind Prabhuji.
चतुर्विधाम भजन्ते माम जनानि सुकृतोर्जुन आर्थोरार्धार्थ जिज्ञासी आर्थो जिज्ञासी अर्धार्थ ज्ञानी च भरतर्षभ. Their artha is sense object.
No. Their artha is not. Artha is their wealth. Artha means wealth. Sense objects. Many verses there are. Many verses in the Gita. So I'll just show you one verse just to clearly point out. Indriyasya indriyartasya yasyarthe raga dvesho vyavastito tayor na vashamadhachet toyasya paripara. Indriyasya, that is the senses. Indriyasya arte. So let's see how he is translating in the subject. So indriya artha, the sense objects here. So like that, there are many verses in the Gita. So here the point is, Medini is saying that there are sometimes it can refer to sense objects. It can refer to sense objects. Okay. Now, need. There is need. Then there is wealth. Wealth just now, Pavanabal Govind Prabhu spoke in that verse, Chaturvidha Bhajante Mam. Cause. Artha can also mean cause, karan. Then Vastuni. Vastuni means substance. Artha means meaning of the word. This I hope many of devotees know. Artha can also mean, iska arth kya hai? Sometimes we ask, what is the meaning of this? So artha can also mean meaning of that. Artha can also mean prevention. And artha also means goal. So like that, we have to have this broad understanding. So there are 8 different meanings. Usually 8 at least, minimum 8 at least meanings will, each word will have. So here, Medini is giving these 8 different meanings. Object of the senses, need, wealth, cause, substance, meaning of a word, prevention, and goal. Out of these 8, these are most famous. The object of the senses, wealth, meaning of the word, and goal. We have not much come across cause, substance, need, and prevention. But at least these other 4 are quite familiar ones. Okay, now what does Vishnu Shankar Thakur have to say? Since the results of austerity and other acts are achieved by bhakti according to the words of the Lord, what use are those processes? So we know that famous saying, Antar Bahir Yadi Hari Tapasa Tata Kim, Na Antar Bahir Yadi Tapasa Tata Kim. If you can see inside and outside Krishna, Hari, then what is the use of austerity? You don't need to practice austerity. And if you are practicing austerity and you are not seeing Hari inside and outside, then what is the use of your practice of austerity? So the results of austerity and other acts are achieved by bhakti, according to the words of the Lord. What use are those processes? So what is the use of those processes? So the words of the Lord here are the 11th canto of the Gita. So Krishna himself speaks. Yad karma yat tapasa jnana vairagyatas chayat yogena dana dharmena shreyo bir itarerapi sarvam mad bhakti yogena mad bhakto labate njasa swargapavargam madhama kadachit yadi vanchati. Everything that can be achieved by fruitive activities. Fruitive activities refers to yat karma bir. Penance, yat tapasa, knowledge, detachment, jnana vairagayatas cha yat. Mystic yoga, yogena, charity, dan, religious duties, dharmena, and all other means of perfecting life is easily achieved by my devotee through loving service to me. Shreyo vir itarapi, sarvam mad bhakti yogena. Everything can be achieved by my devotee. Anjasa, easily. If somehow or other my devotee desires promotion to heaven, liberation, or residence in my abode, he easily achieves such benedictions. Swarga, apavargam, madhama, kadachit, yadi vanchati. Now it is very, very interesting here. Why would a pure devotee desire swarga or liberation or the Lord's abode? Because this is completely against the principles of pure devotional service. Anya vilashata shunyam jnana karma dyanavritam anukulena krishnanu shilanam bhaktir uchyate. So why does the Lord say here, Swarga pavargam madhama kadachit yati vanchati, if he desires like this? So one need not practice karma kanda, tapasya, jnana, vairagya, or yoga, dana, dharma. No, everything can be achieved by the process of bhakti yoga. And if at all the devotee desires swarga, liberation, or the Lord's abode, then he will get it. He'll easily achieve it. Now, my question to you all is, why would a pure devotee desire promotion to heaven, which Karmakandi's desire? Because the Karmakanda goal is heaven. Liberation is the goal of the Gyanis and the Tapasvis. And those who practice mixed devotion, mixed bhakti, ultimately they want to become free from material miseries, artho, arthayapti, jigyasu, and Gyanis, and attain the Lord's abode. But in Shuddha Bhakti, there is Anya Bilashita Shunyam. So why here does the Lord say like this? What is the deeper meaning in this verse? Anyone would like to try? What is the reason? It's a little difficult, but still some thoughts about it. Anyone would like to try? Yes, the answer is correct here, which has come in the chat box. So devotee, a pure devotee doesn't want to go to Swarga, but he might desire to go to Swarga so that he can go and preach there. Like Chitraketu, he was, if you hear the pastime of Chitraketu, it's sometimes bewildering that after having got the instructions from Narad Muni and perfecting his life, he was with the Apsaras and the Gandharvas in the higher planets, singing always the glory of the Lord. He had the darshan of the Lord. So why was he there in that abode? He was there ultimately to preach the glories of the Lord. And sometimes pure devotees feel extreme compassion to those who are there in Brahma Jyoti, and they would like to go and preach there. So that's a liberation. And Madhama is mentioned because sometimes from there also they can preach and take them to Golok Vrindavan. Otherwise, pure devotees, don't aspire even the 4 liberations which are favorable to devotion. They are not against. Na ati viruddha. We have studied that in Mukti Spruha, if you remember. Na ati viruddha. Salokya, Samipya, Srashti, Sarupya. These are na ati viruddha. But pure devotion definition, Kapil Muni has said that they diyamanam na grananti. Even if it is given to my devotees, they don't accept it. Vinamat sevanam jana. We have seen that. So this is the reason why it is mentioned here. And to serve the Lord in Vaikuntha, also pure devotees may go, not in the Gaudiya line. In the Gaudiya line, we practice Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, and only in this line is the opportunity given from Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti to go to Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti, where we start inculcating the mood of the eternal associates, the Vrajvasis, who are Ragatmika Bhaktas. And only following in their footsteps, practicing Raganuga Bhakti, we get Bhava Bhakti and Prema Bhakti, which allows us to enter into Golok Vrindavan in any of the 4 rasas. But in Vaikuntha, no. In Vaikuntha, there is only Shant and Dasaras. And only by practicing Vaidhi with knowledge of the Lord's opulence, it is more of worship in awe and reverence. So that kind of Vaidhi practice will only lead us to Vaikuntha. That Vaidhi Bhakti will lead to Vaidhi Bhav and Vaidhi Prem. But this path given by Rupa Goswami and our Acharyas, which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give us, by practicing of Sadhana Bhakti, and within Sadhana Bhakti, which is Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, we should move to Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. And with Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti is part of Sadhana Bhakti only. That is first to be clearly understood. And that will ultimately give us Bhava Bhakti and then Prema Bhakti, which will allow us entrance into Golok Vrindavan, which is the most rarest thing which Mahaprabhu has come to give. And he comes to give this only once in the lifetime of Brahma. And Krishna also doesn't give this. It's only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives this. Okay, is it clear, Prabhuji? Okay. Yeah. So we're still discussing this verse. So this is the reason. According to Padma Puran, all processes, what to speak of those just mentioned, must contain bhakti. So I already explained this important principle. Smartavya satatam Vishnu, vismartavyo najapit, sarve viri nishedasu, etayor eva kinkara. There is another meaning of the verse. The final purport of the scriptures which enjoin austerities and other processes is to performance of bhakti to the Lord. Ultimately, all these other processes ultimately lead us to bhakti, because purification of heart, and with the purification of heart, they come in the association of pure devotee and take up to devotional service. The Varnashram practice also is meant for the purification of the heart by giving up the fruits of your desires. Nishkama Karma Yoga. So the heart is purified, and then based on your guna and karma, you're performing your duties, and it creates a favorable atmosphere where you are pious, your heart is pure, and with the sadhu sangh, with the association of pure devotee, then you can take up to pure devotional service and perfect your life. So that is the purpose, ultimately the final purport of all the scriptures. Chanting about the Lord is the unmistakable conclusion of the scriptures. This is also Sukdev Goswami in the second canto, first chapter, verse 10 or 11. He establishes Nirnita. Show you the verse. He says Nirnita. It has been concluded by the sages that ultimately the conclusion is Hare Namanu Kirtanam. Eta nirvidyamananam ichatam akutobhayam yoginam nirnitam Hare Namanu Kirtanam. O King, constant chanting of the holy name after the ways of great authorities is the doubtless and the fearless way of success for all, including those who are free from material desires. This refers to the devotees. Those who are desirous of all material enjoyment. This refers to the karmakandis. And those who are self-satisfied by the dint of transcendental knowledge. This refers to the jnanis and yogis. So here the word is very important. Nirnitam. Nirnitam means it is decided truth. It is a conclusive truth. So that is the point also here Vishwanath Chakra Thakur is making. Unmistakable conclusion of the scriptures is what? Chanting about the Lord. According to the Lord himself, the ultimate goal of all the statements of the scripture is the Lord. Vedesha sarve amiva vedyo vedanta krit veda videha chaham. As in the Gita also Krishna says. So the Lord himself also speaks about this in again the Gita. Kalena nashta pralaye vaniyam veda samhita mayado brahmane bhokta dharmo yasya madatmaka. By the influence of time, kalena nashta, the transcendental sound of Vedic knowledge was lost in the time of annihilation. Pralaya vaniyam veda samhita. Therefore, when the subsequent creation took place, I spoke the Vedic knowledge to Brahma, Mayado Brahmane Prokta, because I myself am the religious principles enunciated in the Vedas. Dharmo yasyaham mad atmaka. So in the Vedas, Krishna is to be known. So this is another verse which is given as reference. Madhusudana Saraswati also gives the same meaning in his commentary on this Bhagavatam verse. So this is what Vishwanath Chakra Thakur gives the commentary to this particular reference for Guna Kirtanam. Ultimately, all the goals of tapasya, recitation of scriptures, the path of Jnana is what ultimately to come to the point of Gunanuvaranam. So, does any other remember any similar verse in the Bhagavatam which speaks like this? Ultimately, you practice Jnana Yoga, Sankhya Yoga, or Varnashram, but ultimately the goal is to remember Krishna or glorify Krishna. Anyone knows any verse, any other reference? I've given already a hint in the question. Anyone knows which verse? It is from the second canto only. Here it is. Okay, there is Govinda Prabhuji. Yes. Yes, Prabhuji, I've unmuted you.
Yeah. Etan,
Yes, you got it.
Etan Sankhyogyam Sadharma Parinishthaya Janmalapuram Pumsam Ante Narayana.
Yes, that's the right verse. Etavan Sankhya Swadharma Parinishthaya Janmalabha Para Pumsam Ante Narayana Sprati. Whether one practices Sankhya Yoga or Mystic Yoga or Varnashram Dharma, the ultimate perfection is what? that you have to remember Narayan at the time of death. So whether you practice, tapasa or study of Vedas or the practice of knowledge, but until you come to Uttam Shloka Gunanuvarnam, that is the highest. So that's the point. Vishnu Shankar Thakur has quite nicely brought out in the purport. Okay. So, any questions, any clarifications you have, you can raise your hand in between. Now, the next Anga is about Japa, 34. Before discussing the Anga Japa, Rupa Goswami in this verse, 1 to 149, defines what is Japa. Now, I very much like this verse because the reason I'll mention, Mantrasya su lagu chara japa iti abhidhiyate. Japa is defined, japa iti abhidhiyate, as a very soft chanting of mantra. Mantrasya su lagu uchara. Lagu means, guru means heavy, lagu means soft. Uchara means, chanting. And it is mentioned here very soft, very, very clearly. So the reason is japa has to be done softly so that one can hear the sound vibration, what he's uttering from his mouth. So he should not be hearing what the other devotees are also chanting. He should hear his own mantra. That's why sometimes devotees, put their hand near the ears and very attentively try to hear the sound vibration. First is they try to utter the mantra very clearly and distinctly, and then they try to hear it. Now, this especially to be implemented in a temple setup is a little difficult. Now, Prabhupada, especially if you see his instructions in his lectures, in his instructions, in many of his statements, he recommends that one should chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra loudly so that somehow the mind can catch the attention of the mantra. Like sometimes you shout somebody loudly his name, he's suddenly taken aback and he turns, his attention goes, who is calling me? So the mind, which is so agitated, filled with unlimited thoughts, somehow its attention has to be taken to the holy name, and slowly the purification can happen. So initially, it is always and for many years that we chant loudly. So it is better that those who chant loudly, they can sit in another place where they can not disturb the other devotees who would like to chant softly. Firstly, devotees who would like to walk and chant, they cannot sit. Maybe there should be another place in the temple hall where there is devotees can, in the passage, walk back and forth and chant. But usually, over a period of time, when the japa becomes internal, it should be chanted very softly and so that there is full concentration in hearing the mantra. But japa itself here, Rupa Goswami is defining as it should be chanted very, very softly. So this is how he defines japa. Now, he gives proof from Padma Puran, Yatha Padma. Krishnaya namiti esha mantra swartha sadhaka bhakta nam japatam bhupa swarga moksha phala prada. Chanting very softly the mantra. Japatam esha mantra. Krishnaya nama. Krishnaya nama iti produces all benefits. Sarva artha sadhaka. O king, Bhupa. Bhupa means the ruler of Bhu. Bhu means earth. Swarga and liberation are bestowed to the devotees who perform japa of this mantra. Bhakta nam swarga moksha phala prada. Padma Puran. Now, I know many devotees, first of all, are not able to fathom the inconceivable glories of performing each of these angas. What are the benefits which have been discussed? And one or two questions were asked. But another thing you will find in these references, scriptural proofs given by Rupa Goswami, there are some material benefits mentioned for performing these devotional activities. Now my question here, why Rupa Goswami is quoting these verses where there are material benefits mentioned? Rupa Goswami has already defined pure devotion as Anya Bilashita Shunyam. What is the reason? Anyone would like to try? Yes, Mohan Rup Sham Prabhuji.
Maybe just to make sure, like, if you do the bhakti yoga, pure devotee, or the chanting, everything else falls on you. You don't need to do something separately for this artha, kama, and all these things.
No, that's not the
Yes.
reason. Anyone else? They can try, no problem. Yes, Govinda Prabhuji.
Every devotee is not on this thing on a pure level. They have some material desires and this thing. So if such person also come in contact with devotional service, he will also get purified. And like kama, sarva kama, moksha kama, tivrena bhakti yogena jete purusham.
Yes. Not all are having Bhakti Adhikar. Those who have Bhakti Adhikar, they are practicing Bhakti with a pure intention to please Krishna. But there are other materialists who are dharmic. They might be in the Varnashram path and all. They still are attracted to material goals. So in order to attract them, these kind of benefits, fringe benefits have been mentioned. And somehow, because there are these goals mentioned, they will take up to devotion. By taking up to devotion, their heart will get purified and they no more, they are so much absorbed in the bliss of bhakti that after taking up to the process of bhakti, they are no more having these desires for swarga or apavarga. So that's how these kind of references you'll find here. Yes, that is very clear. Okay. Now next 35th anga, and that is the Vigyapti. Vigyapti is entreaty or prayers to the Lord, offering heartfelt prayers to the Lord. Yatas Kande. Harim Uddishya Yat Kinchit Kritam Vigyapanam Gira Moksha Dvaragalam Agalan Moksha Teneva Vihitastava. By making entities to the Lord with words. Harim Uddishya Yat Kinchit Kritam Vigyapanam Gira. The bolt on the door of liberation, Moksha Dwara Ar Galan, is released. Skanda Puran. So, in one sense, it is offering our heartfelt prayers, expressing how I am suffering in this ocean of birth and death, oh my Lord. Or there can be elevated prayers like asking for perfection. So there are these different types of prayers. Let us see now. Now Rupa Goswami says Vigyapti or entity is of three types. Samprarthatmika dainya Podika lalasamai iti adir vivida dhire Krishne Vigyaptir irita. The wise have explained, Dhira Irita, that there are various types of entities to Krishna. Krishna Vivida Vigyapti, such as prayers. Some Prarthnatmika, admissions of incompetence, Dainyabodhika, and expressions of longing. Lalsa mai iti adi. So some prarthana prayers are statements coming from persons who have not attained the stage of bhava. Lalsa statements come from persons who have attained bhava. That is the difference, Vishwanath Thakur says. Now, how many devotees have come across the book of Narottam Das Thakur called as Prarthana? There is a book called as Prarthana. I think it is Prarthana only, yes. How many devotees have come across this book, Prarthana? Can raise their hands. A very famous book called as Prarthana by Narottam Das Thakur. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj said, Krishna Prem is very easy to get. You just have to spend 2 paisa. That time. Now maybe I think 200, 400 rupees. You have to buy these 2 books. Which are the 2 books you have to buy? Anyone knows? Anyone knows which are the 2 books to buy if you want Krishna Prem? Somebody else would like to try which is the 2 books to buy to get Krishna Prem? Okay, Govinda Dhruv.
Prarthana and Prem Bhakti Chandrika.
Yes, Prarthana and Prema Bhakti Chandrika. Prema Bhakti Chandrika and Prarthana. Now, in Prarthana, Narottam Das Thakur has sung various bhajans. I think almost 54 bhajans are there. And these bhajans are categorized in 3 different categories. Some are Sampratnatika, some are Dainya Bodhika, and some are Lalsamai. So there, the whole explanation is given. Some Pratna Atmika. Pratna means prayer, we know, Pratna. Some means completely. Atmika means with body, minds, and soul. So these are usually chanted by those who have not yet attained Nishta. These are for sadhakas. Very important these prayers are. Then Dainya Bodhika, the word itself explains. Dainya means, humility. Prayers for humility. Bhaktivinoda Thakur also, his whole Sharanagati is speaking about it. Amara Jivan Sada Papera Nai Koi Punyaralesh. So like that, Narottam Das Thakur also has written prayers to bring in humility within us. Or those who are actually having that genuine humility, how they pray that I'm fallen. Mausama patita nahi tribhuvane. There is no one who is more fallen than me in these 3 worlds. So those are the prayers of Dainya Bodhika. Lalsamay prayers are prayers where sadhakas were almost attaining perfection. They are desiring perfection and they want a specific service in Radha Krishna's Leela and they are asking for this. So these are Lalsamay prayers. That's why Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in his commentary is mentioning that Lalsa statements come from persons who have attained bhava. That is a difference. So here, Dainya Bodhika, no explanation is given, but I just gave an understanding. So you can categorize like this. Some Pratna prayers are those who have still not attained Nishta. At the stage of Nishta, genuine humility is there, and that is Dainya Bodhika stage from Nishta to Ruchi Asakti, and Bhava onwards are Lalsamay prayers. Now, this is not a tight categorization that only, these prayers we are not qualified, so we should not, sing these songs. In fact, in some of our festivals, some pure devotees, they sing, and hearing them, it's so purifying. Can you explain or give me example of one prayer which every day is part of our program, which comes in one sense in the category of Lalsa Mai prayer? Anyone? One temple program from morning to evening, what Prabhupada has given, in our morning program at least, where there is one prayer, that prayer itself comes in the Lalsa Mai category. Anyone knows? And raise their hand. Anyone else? Okay, at least I'll give a hint. The Tulsi Maharani prayers, the Tulsi prayers we chant, in that, it is there. Which is the stanza? Yes, Govinda Prabhuji? Yes, Govinda.
Mora e Abhilash Bilas Kunje Diyo Bas.
Yes, Mora e Abhilash, Bilas Kunje Diobas. So, Narottam Das Thakur's prayers, actually devotees should regularly read them, recite them, reflect deeply. And by reflecting deeply, there is a transformation in the heart you will experience. And those same feelings, what these great acharyas are praying, that same feelings can be imbued in us. It's very, very important, Narottam Das Thakur's prayers. Now, Prema Bhakti Chandrika is actually a composition of Narottam Das Thakur, and the Guru Vandana song, which we sing every day morning in our morning program, that is composition by Narottam Das Thakur. That Guru Vandana is there in Prema Bhakti Chandrika, and the commentary is also given by Vishwanath Chakra Thakur on that the Guru Vandana prayers. Shri Guru Mukhapadma Chittate Korite Ake Arana Koryo Mora Asha. The whole prayer is there. No? We sing in the morning in the Guru Vandana. But the specific point what I want to make is Prema Bhakti Chandrika is actually nectar of devotion given in the most easiest language to the Bengalis. He specifically composed this for the Bengalis, giving a very easy explanation of the work of Rupa Goswami, Nectar of Devotion. Nectar of Devotion simplified, you can say, is Prema Bhakti Chandrika. Chandrika means, the rays of the moon of Prema Bhakti. So, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu actually is meant for us to take us to Prema Bhakti, and Prema Bhakti Chandrika is the book. So, I just elaborated because of these two books, of these three kinds of prayers. I just spoke a little bit of Narottam Das Thakur's two books. At least, even if we don't study these two books, at least buy and keep them with you. Just keep them in your house, these two books. Okay. So, Gyapti is Sampratmanika, Daini Bodhika, and Lalsa Mai. Now, for Sampratmanika, Padma Puran verse is quoted by Rupa Goswami as a reference. For Daini Bodhika, quote from Padma Puran. And Lalsa Mai, two quotes from Narada Pancharatra. So we will see this and wind up today's session. Tatra Sampratmatmika Yata Padme Yuvatinam Yata Yuni Yunam Cha Yuvato Yata Mano Virate Tadvan Mano Viramatam Tvai. Just as the minds of young women, Yata Yuvatina Mana, are attracted to the young man, Yuni Abhiramate, and the minds of young men are attracted to young women, Yunam Cha Yuvato Yata. May my mind be attracted to you. Tadvat mana abhiramatam vai, from the Padma Purana. Now you tell me how this is a Sampratmatmika prayer. Think about it and raise your hand. How this is a Sampratmatmika prayer? Why do you think this verse of Padma Puran is a Sampratmatmika prayer? Anyone? Yes, Mohan Ruksham Prabhuji. Why do you think it must be Sampratmatmika prayer? What is the prayer? Just once again, just go through the translation. Just as the young minds of young women are attracted to the young man, and the young minds of young men are attracted to young women, may my mind be attracted to you.
Like the young, these are very deep attraction, you know. So the same like this, my mind has to be attracted to you. That's what the prayer is. It goes towards,
Yeah. So
because the mind,
how does it come in Sampratmatmika category? The answer is quite simple, but it should be carefully little thought about. Anyone else would like to try? The prayer itself is saying that let my mind be attracted to you, O my Lord. Okay, Pavan Balgovan. Hear what Pavan Balgovan Prabhu has to say. Yes, Prabhuji.
That is a natural thing, actually. It should come as a natural quality. Like, young women are attracted to young men, and young men attracted to young women. It's a natural propensity. So, like that, I should get my interest in you naturally.
Okay, that's not exactly what I'm looking for. Audari Gaurang Prabhu, I would like to hear from you.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Dandapanna.
Yes.
Prabhuji, that means actually like a lover, we are always thinking about our loves. So we have, by doing any work, 24 hours, my mind is going for love. Means that person, maybe girl or maybe boy. So like that, we have to think about Lord Krishna. While doing any work, my mind should be go there. Like this, I think.
No, the reason is very simple. Still, this prayer being offered by the sadhaka, his mind is not fully attached to Krishna. That means he is not attained still perfection. It was mentioned that Sampratmaka prayers are offered by those who have not yet attained bhava. If you are already Maya Sakta Mana Partha, that means you have attained attachment to Krishna, your mind is attached to it, you have attained perfection. Because I have still not attained perfection, I want to attain just like young men are attracted to young women or young women are attracted to young men. Natural attraction, let my mind be naturally attracted to. That means still I am not yet fully,
Attracted.
my mind is not attracted to you. So I am praying like that. So that is why
Yes.
it is a Sampratmatmika prayer. Okay. Dainibodhika yata tatraiva. This at least now we can fathom. In fact, when one comes to the stage of Nishtha, the genuine humility of the soul dawns in one's heart. And in fact, with the purity of his bhajan, a glimpse in the mind screen is given about his, life in this life, maybe what all sins he has done, or in the previous lives also. And he really cries out genuinely from the core of his heart, Krishna, I am a real fallen soul. Please save me from this material world. So these genuine prayers begin at the stage of Nishtha, and Daini Bodhika is that stage. So here you can see, Mattulyo nasti papatma na paradicha kaschana parihare pilajjame Kim brave Purushottama. O Supreme Lord Purushottama, there is no one as sinful as me. Mattulyo na asti papatma. So this is a genuine prayer coming from the core of the heart of somebody who has attained this, genuine humility. He says, there is no one as sinful as me. Narottam Das Thakur, Amar, no, Mosama Patita Nahi Tribhuvane, he's saying. Or Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Amara Jivan Sada Papairata. No one has committed so many offenses. Na aparadhi cha kashana. In fact, at the stage of Nishta also, even in our chanting or somehow it is revealed, the kind of offenses we have done for many, many years in our devotional life. And we really cry. We really repent. Tap, anutap it is called. This kind of tapa fortifies the heart, purifies the heart. And that is why a genuine devotee at the stage of Dainya Bodhika comes and submits himself to the Lord like this. There is no one who is like Aparadhi like me, who has committed so many. What can I say? Krim Brve. I am very ashamed to ask you to remove these sins. Pariyarapi lajja me. I am feeling lajja, ashamed to come in front of you and tell this, that I am such a sinful person. Very beautiful prayer of Dainya Bodhika, quote from the Pad Puran. Now Lalsamai Yata Sri Narada Pancharatre. Kada Gambiraya Vacha Shriya Yukto Jagatpate Chamara Vyagrahastam Mam Evam Kuru Iti Vakshasi. O Master of the Universe, Jagatpate, when will you, Kada, accompanied by Lakshmi, Shriya Yukto, say with a deep voice to me, Mam Vakshasi Gambiraya Vacha. Gambira means deep voice. Eager to serve you with Chamar. Chamar Vyagrahastam. Please come here. Evam Kuru iti. So this is from the Narad Panchayatra where there is a perfection. Lalsa, my perfection is that when the Lord will call me and tell, please, come here and do Chamar for me. So this is for asking for perfection. That's why this is in the Lalsamai category. There is another one, Yatava. Kadaham Yamuna Tire Namani Tava Kirtayan Udbhaspa Pundrikaksha Rachayashyami Tandavam. O lotus-eyed Lord Pundrikaksha, when will I dance? Kadaham Rachayashyami Tandavam. On the bank of Yamuna Tire, with tears in my eyes, Udbhaspa, while singing your names. So the source is not mentioned, but definitely you can understand tears in the eyes are the Ashta Sattvic Vikars which are at the stage of Bhava when you take the name of the Lord. So this is again Lalsa my prayer. So there is some clarification given by Sri Goswami. Superficially, this appears to be a prayer, some prarthana of someone who has not manifested bhava, since he is praying for it. Some prarthana belongs to someone without the appearance of bhava, whereas lalsa or prayers with intense longing belong to a person who has manifested bhava. However, when a prayer, some prarthana, is filled with similar longing, expressing such bhava, even though not attained, also called lalsa. So sometimes we might ask for certain perfection which we have not attained. So then also it comes in the lalsa category. Thus, this example is classed as lalsamai. Prayers and longings such as these are given here to illustrate the topic, but actually they should be understood to be examples of raganuga bhakti. This I clarified when I started the discussion. Okay, now quotations, we will take it up tomorrow. Any questions, any clarifications anyone has? We have finished up till 35 now. 36 onwards we will take up tomorrow. Okay, so we will stop then. श्री भक्ति रसामृत सिंधु की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, श्री रूप गोस्वामी पाद की जय। हरे कृष्णा।